Bean passes to Neal. It's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, he rarely misses from the line. He's at 87% on the year. So as a team, you love to have him on the strike.
Guys, he is close to where he was last year in that category, but his numbers are still down just a skosh.
Young from outside. Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they put this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Celtics. Pressey is out there with Smart. Then it's Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's Datome in at the 4 spot.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Puts it up. That's short off the rim.
Chase Budinger, former volleyball star, still has that leaping ability, but has dealt with a knee issue over the last couple of seasons, trying to get back to 100%.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Hi, Kevin. Well, as you know, Isaiah Thomas has had to work his whole life. He's been overlooked at nearly every level, but just uses it to fuel his play. As Thomas said, I just play my heart out. That's how I've known how to play since day one. I've always been the smallest guy on the court every time I've been on it. It's no different. I just like to play hard. Guys, back to you.
Not the biggest guy, but boy, he is quick, Doris. I think that's one of his advantages. And Budinger, when healthy, Clark a good floor spacer from three-point range.
You know, he's got good lift on the shot, and of course he's able to finish above the rim as well. He's been a solid defender and rebounder too.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, analytics are here to stay, and Marcus Smart is one of the higher-rated prospects when you look at the analytics. He's got a high rate of steals and rebounds, which is always something that typically translates well to the pro game. Both of those things reflect his competitive spirit. It's obvious this young man goes at it full throttle when he's on the court.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And Smart with great size and athleticism for the point guard position. 6'3", 6'9" wingspan. He looks big and plays even bigger.
I think he's an old-school combo guard. I mean, he's got point guard skills and leadership ability. He can penetrate, he can finish. But I think he's just a guard that you'll win with because he does not only the things you highlight and measure, but he also does the intangibles too.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota.
In the second half of the season, you get an idea of the Timberwolves and where they stand statistically. 4th in free throw percentage, 15th in steals. And as far as team scoring goes, they've struggled a bit. Top 20 in the league. There's room to get better there.
Yeah, you look at the free throw shooting, Clark. It's very impressive. They've been in the top 5, as you talked about, and it's a result of a lot of effort, a lot of concentration. And when you shoot them that well, then you gain confidence and really start attacking the rim because you want to go to the free throw line and shoot.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Budinger's checked in. Jerebko's checked in for Smart. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
And what stands out from that game, Clark, is that they let a lot of points slip through their fingers at the free throw line.
Yep, and I think some doubt started to creep in as well when they kept missing their foul shots. Guys seem to tighten up and start alligator arming those things.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, they've really kind of struggled offensively here, so I think this timeout is for him to really draw something up, maybe get an easy two and get their confidence back.
You know, sometimes an easy basket out of a break is just what you need to get things back on track. And coaches always have plays specifically for that situation, coming out of timeouts for an opportunity to get a bucket.
And here is a group of young guys that know how to play some tough D in the paint. Here are the leading rookie shot blockers in the second half of the season. Fifth on the list, Andrew Wiggins.
You know, he's picked up a lot of the opponent's tendencies as the year has gone on, and he's put a lot of that knowledge to work here with his defense.
And you know, Steve, that's exactly what you want to see from your young players. I mean, you want to see them growing and learning on the job.
Celtics trailed by 5. Olynyk laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Here's Crowder. Buries it down low. Crowder's got his first bucket in this one.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
You know, I just love Kelly Olynyk's great skill level. He can handle and shoot the ball beyond the arc, but also a polished low post scorer inside, so you can run offense through him, and that's really a great dynamic for this team.
And the shot's good from Crowder. For Minnesota, they've gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And here's the intentional foul, but you know, it's coming here at a very inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a bad play there. I mean, that can really cost you the game. You've got to be smart when you make those intentional fouls.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Zeller, who's checked in for Olynyk. Pass comes in for Luigi DeToma. Turner's checked in for Crowder. And Bradley subbed in for Pressey. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they felled the Wolves.
Well, the big thing is they've got to avoid tonight what happened in the previous matchup. A lot of their starters were on the bench with foul trouble in that game.
Just to focus on what Steve was talking about for another moment, their foul trouble, Clark, probably had more to do with that loss than anything.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, I thought they lost their heads a bit. They just basically lost control. Things started to get physical. They didn't really show any discipline. They started committing unnecessary and foolish fouls. It was just a real collapse in terms of mental fortitude there.
Got to keep your composure.
Always.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Garnett's checked in. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. To take a look at the Warriors. And, of course, Boston, tied right now. Here's Bradley. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
That's foul number 2 on him. It might not warrant sitting him entirely, but you know, you have another one before halftime. They could be in some trouble.
And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Martin with it, picked up by Turner. Pekovic dishes to Garnett. And the layup is good. Garnett's got 8 points.
Well, the history of college coaches switching over to the NBA is pretty daunting, but Brad Stevens and the Celtics can't worry about those who came before him. He's just got to be himself, and he was well regarded in Boston. Despite the fact that they went through a rebuilding process last year, he did a really good job.
Timberwolves leading by 3, and Wiggins throws it down.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Now here's Turner, averaging 9 points per contest. 4 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
What a pass, and then the layup was a bit of a circus move.
Oh, so smooth.
Well, you know what? You could have fouled that up going for the big slam. I thought that was a nice job just taking the layup.
Rubio with it. And Zeller picks him up defensively. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Payne, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And we talk about Avery Bradley here. Let's take a look at some of his stats, how the second half has shaped up for him. Averaging about 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you really can't find much fault with him as far as his performances lately.
Yeah, he's been very, very dependable, steady, doing pretty much everything they've asked of him.
Garnett kicks to Martin. All alone. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That's his first foul. Some changes for Minnesota. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Garnett. And Levine subbed in for Kevin Martin. Kicks it out to Bradley. Stolen by Rubio. That's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 9. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Timberwolves?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And we're also seeing a lot of fast break moves, so this team doing a nice job getting easy points.
And so it's Minnesota with it, following the three-pointer by Boston. And it's Wiggins missing. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And it's slammed in by Turner. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
The Timberwolves shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And you look at the numbers for this season, guys, from the free throw line, they're shooting 77%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Smart's checked in for Boston. Here's Bradley. Here's Zeller. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Turner with the steal. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Timberwolves ahead, up by 4. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far, with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You look at Kevin Garnett, what a contribution.
And what was most impressive was that his decision-making and shot-taking was very disciplined and efficient. Really an excellent half.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense has given him, and he's not trying to do too much. I love the flow and rhythm he's playing with here.
Checking out the group for Flip Saunders to start the second half. Again, Gary Neal. Levine is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then it's Payne, and it's Budinger in at the 4 slot. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that? Nice job again that time to add to their lead. I'll tell you what, they're doing everything right at this moment.
They're playing steadily in all aspects of the game, Steve. You're exactly